In the news tonight, a riot breaks out in a predominantly black area of Miami after a police chase and a shootout leaves one black man dead. And top black leaders attend a big tribute for Martin Luther King Jr.
We'll tell you how you can help those with AIDS. Ryan White tells us what he hopes the movie about his life accomplishes. And Michael's fans beat it to the sports arena as his delayed concerts finally open.
Next on Eyewitness News.
Growing up in Seoul, my friends and I would go off to a special lake where the sun danced on the water and the fish couldn't wait to be caught. Now that I live in America, I'm meeting new people and catching new fish. But I still go back from time to time to the place where the sun danced for my friends and me.
Who says you can't go home again? Go ahead. Reach out and touch someone.
Hey, let's get something to drink. Let's forget about it.
No, come on, it's no problem.
So, how do we get back in?
Hey. Okay, come on, let's go. You got the keys? This is not a problem.
Another 30 seconds of common sense.
Got to test drive a Corolla? Test it over to your Hyundai dealer and compare. The Hyundai Excel has over 80 standard features like intermittent wipers, graphic display panel, quartz clock, and a full-size spare tire. The Corolla does not, but Corolla does have a much higher sticker price and a lower resale value. How's that for the old double whammy?
Test drive a durable Hyundai Excel today at your Southern California Hyundai dealer.
Number 1 in Southern California, Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Paul Moyer and Tony Little. Johnny Mountain has weather and Jim Hill with sports. Now, the Southland's leading news, Eyewitness News at 11.
Racial violence erupts in the city of Miami tonight, forcing police to close down a section of that city. Good evening, everybody. It's now the 11 o'clock hour. The entire Miami Police Department is out in force tonight after rioting broke out in the mostly black area of Overtown. Police shot a suspected robber on this motorcycle, which sparked the rioting.
I don't know what happened. I don't see no reason why nobody shoot him, but I want to know who shot him.
Several officers were injured by flying bottles and rocks, and the car of a news crew was set on fire. Some black leaders criticized the police for what they called overreaction.
And I think by talking rather than showing the muscle of riot gears and riot guns is not the answer. The answer is treating people like human beings.
As you probably remember, racial violence has broken out in Miami before, as a matter of fact, 4 times in the last decade. It has been now nearly 6 hours since today's violence erupted, and police say they have contained it to the sealed area. They hope to prevent a repeat of the violence earlier tonight. Tony?
Well, Paul, here in the Southland, there are charges of police racism being leveled at officers in Long Beach. The accuser is Hawthorne officer Don Jackson, seen here last Saturday night when he was stopped by Long Beach police. He was on what he calls an anti-racist sting operation, trying to show that Southland police do harass blacks.
What I was looking for is the right for a black person to travel throughout Southern California free from contempt and harassment by police officers illegally engaged in acts that are surely misconduct.
Jackson is currently on leave from the Hawthorne Police Department. Paul.
Tony, the nation today celebrated the birthday of slain civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And here in Los Angeles, Paul Dandridge reports the Reverend Jesse Jackson used the occasion to blast President Reagan's civil rights record.
The Reverend Jesse Jackson, before he gave his address at the King birthday dinner, took aim at comments made by President Reagan. On 60 Minutes yesterday, Mr. Reagan said that some civil rights leaders are doing very well, keeping alive the feeling that they're victims of prejudice. Jackson said the president expressed more contempt for civil rights and social injustice.
First, it was beneath the dignity of an American president, an attempt to discredit civil rights leadership and divert attention away from his lack of a commitment for civil rights. After all, Mr. Reagan said that Mr. Botha of South Africa was his geopolitical ally and turned his back on Mandela. He suggested Dr. King was a communist 18 years after he was dead.
Los Angeles Mayor Tom Bradley spoke about the positive effects of Martin Luther King Jr., how he gave people pride and hope. Bradley was also critical of the president.
It's a sad commentary that the president simply doesn't understand the issues, and I think that's part of the problem. And he's not the only one who still does not understand that there are many who are still fighting to achieve all of the goals of the people of this community.
It's estimated that this dinner will bring in about $100,000 tonight. Many here looking forward to the change in the administration from Mr. Reagan to Mr. Bush on Friday and a kinder, gentler America and better opportunities they feel for blacks in the next 4 years. Reporting from downtown Los Angeles, Paul Dandridge, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Los Angeles was the site of the largest Martin Luther King Day parade in the country. The parade started at the new Crenshaw Mall in Baldwin Hills and continued down Martin Luther King Boulevard. It featured marching bands, floats, and television celebrities. All along the parade route, the crowd was excited to be part of an event celebrating King's accomplishments and the achievements of the black community. And in Beverly Hills today, close to 30 students wrapped up a weekend sit-in at the South African consulate. The anti-apartheid protest was timed to take place during the Martin Luther King holiday. The students staged their sit-in calling for the U.S. sanctions against South Africa and for the removal of the South African consulate from our community. Paul.
Tony, in other news tonight, if you were watching, you know that ABC aired a touching movie called The Ryan White Story about a boy with AIDS. How has Ryan been doing since his family moved to Cicero, Indiana in 1987? Well, according to his mom, life's a little better.
I really feel like there was a big pressure lifted off of him. And now he says even now, he said, if everybody else wouldn't bring it up, he goes, I'd forget I even have it, you know.
Ryan believes the best way to fight AIDS is through education. And today on Good Morning America, he shared his thoughts on the movie.
Well, the show doesn't depict them as bad as they really were, and they're not really looking forward to it coming out. But, you know, the point is that, you know, that when we moved to the Cicero, it was a lot better. And when we lived in Kokomo and went to Western, you know, they just didn't want us anywhere around. I just hope they, you know, hope they learn that education works.
Last year, car dealers in Cicero, Indiana, bought Ryan his new car for his 16th birthday. Now, with a little acting under his belt, Ryan plans to come to Los Angeles this summer to become a movie director trainee. Tony?
Well, Paul, many people are touched by the discrimination suffered by AIDS patients, and there are those who wish they could do something to help. Joanna Shamina is here now to show us what we can do to lend a helping hand.
Well, Tony, Ryan White may have won his battle against discrimination, but for the other AIDS victims, it is a continuing fight. And without committed individuals and agencies who care and reach out to help, there may be no relief for those people and no cure for the future. Now, one way you can make a difference is with AIDS Project Los Angeles.
This agency depends on volunteer help. We have approximately 1,500 volunteers, but that number has reached a plateau.
That's why APLA would like to get new and energetic people, some to work directly with AIDS patients, others to help indirectly, behind the scenes. For instance, if you can type or file or answer phones, your help is always needed and appreciated right here at the APLA headquarters office or at the other facilities countywide.
There are a variety of different symptoms of HIV infection.
There's also a big need for volunteers to staff its vital information hotline. Volunteers here are offered extensive training so that they are informed and able to handle questions and make referrals. Similarly, volunteers are trained to be one-on-one companions to AIDS patients in the Buddy program, to give lonely AIDS clients someone to talk to and do things with. Of course, if you're already a professional, a dentist, a lawyer, or therapist, your services are needed too, even if only part-time. And one program, which is a one-stop shopping center providing free food and household supplies to AIDS patients, also couldn't run without volunteers. People to fill the orders, stock the shelves, and load the trucks. Gary Hensel is one such volunteer.
I come in here, I work, I donate a day, I pick up groceries for clients who come in here. bag them up for them, take them all the way to their car, talk to them. They get to know you, they come in, and they're looking for a friendship and someone to be supportive to them.
It gives us, as participants, a sense of well-being to see regular faces when we come back. It builds a personal rapport, and I think most of all, it makes us feel very comfortable.
So, the phone numbers to call if you want to lend a hand. As a volunteer, that number for you is 213-876-8951. And for general information, there's the Southern California Regional Hotline at 1-800-922-AIDS. Again, those numbers will be repeated for you later in this newscast. And the bottom line message here is that everyone can do something not only to help those who have AIDS, but those who are committed in the fight against it.
Let's hope it makes a difference.
We sure do.
Thank you, Joanne. Okay. Next up tonight, Johnny Mountain will be here to tell us if we're going to have another beautiful spring-like day tomorrow. John's next.
Remember when places that sold gas were called service stations, when the emphasis was on service?
Oil's fine, Steve. Let me get this for you, Steve.
315, put it on the account.
Something cool.
Hey, terrific.
Service. It's such an old idea, it almost seems brand new. So it's nice to know there's still one place you can go that remembers what service is supposed to be. American Savings.
Great to see you folks again.
Today, we're among the strongest financial institutions in the nation.
You ought to consider a short-term CD. That'll meet both your objectives.
Yes, we've got over $15 billion in assets and federal insurance.
Stephanie, that's a terrific rate.
But most importantly, we remember banking the way it ought to be. American Savings, banking the American way.
Maybe the reason why so many people are loyal to their Hondas is because their Hondas are so loyal to them. That's why, for 11 years, more people have gone back to Honda and their authorized Honda dealers than any other leading import. Your Honda dealers, as dependable as the cars they sell.
Beers keep pouring in from all over the world, but the best beer still comes from Germany. And the best German beer in America is Beck's, the #1 imported German beer.
If you're in the mood for a simple pleasure, come over to Wiener Schnitzel and have 2 of our famous chili dogs and small fries for just $1.89.
A strong earthquake was reported tonight in New Britain in the South Pacific. Seismologists gave it a preliminary reading of 6.5 on the Richter scale. They said it was centered 270 miles northeast of Port Moresby, which is in Papua. That's in New Guinea. There you have it, Paul.
We've got it. Time for the weather now, but wait a minute.
Wait.
See, John joins us with weather, but not so fast, John. A little surprise for John tonight. We have the weather question. Now, we went out among them tonight. We had one of our viewers ask...
That was our first mistake.
Yeah, that certainly was. To ask you a question. So tonight, John, here is tonight's viewer's request.
All right, here we go. Should be back.
Here's tonight's viewer request.
I told you.
Waiting for it.
Well, here's tonight's...
I want it to be at least 85, please.
Want it to be 85.
The man's begging. He wants it to be 85.
Man said he wanted it to be 85.
We didn't get the rest of it, but he only wants it to be 85.
He wants it to be 85.
Yeah.
Okay, try June.
No, he wants it tomorrow, John.
Well, we can't do that. I could strike a match under the guy.
What kind of a question was that?
Well, it was a question we didn't get all of. What was the question? But we got the answer a little bit for tomorrow. So let's go outside right now.
All these new things take time.
They take time, and we're a little confused with it. But clear skies, and right now the temperature is the speed limit at 55. The humidity at 30%, winds northeast at 7, the pressure is at 30-15. And here we go with our normal temperature, which is 66, not 85. 73 was the official high for today. 46 the overnight low. Time of sunrise at 7 o'clock and sunset at 5:06. All right, let's show you where it might be. 85 would be down here someplace, wouldn't it? But no, we're up here.
Folks, the system to the north of us is bringing wind and also some gusty rain, and the heavy activity across the entire country is located right there. 70-mile-per-hour winds with strong gusty winds throughout the Washington and Oregon continue tonight. And this is the drawing that we had from today. Most of the rest of the nation under the influence of high pressure, both from Utah down into Texas and on into the Tennessee and Ohio Valley, leaving us with clear skies east and west. Out west, though, you can see that frontal system that is riding in right now. Again, it will move across the country tomorrow. The net result right here in the Southland, even though it is not in the 80s, it is in the 70s and apt to stay so for the next few days. As a matter of fact, let's look at our forecast. 45 overnight. It'll have about 20-mile-per-hour winds below those canyons, and the high for tomorrow should be 74. Sunny and mild, which is for us abnormally warm temperatures. Not at 85, though. Check out the low temperatures overnight and those highs for tomorrow. The valley should be in the lower 70s, where a lot of people will be tomorrow. Some people out of Riverside will get up to about 72 there. Out of the deserts, it'll be about 68. Now, we're going to be back a little bit later on with the 5-day. We're holding that since this is your first day back and you love it so much.
Wait till you hear tomorrow night's weather question. You think tonight's was a dinger.
Okay.
Wait till you hear tomorrow night.
Okay.
That was great, Johnny. We liked it a lot.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
Okay, coming up next, Jim Hill has the sports. The Lakers take on Houston in the Battle of the Wild West, and the 49ers may have lost one of their most important weapons for Super Bowl Sunday. Jim is next.
Now, the new Spirit shows at your Dodge dealer. See our selection of Ram Tough pickups during the big Dodge Truck Push. Right now, get up to $2,000 cash back on our hardworking full-size pickups. Or get $1,500 cash back on our sport utility vehicle, Ram Charger. Remember, get up to $2,000 cash back on select Ram Tough Dodge trucks in stock. See your Dodge dealer now, where the tough new Spirit shows.
To be successful in delivering packages to Europe, Canada, and Japan, it takes a lot more than fast trucks. It takes a knowledgeable worldwide staff, a computerized tracking system, and of course, a fleet of planes that fly there. Insist on all four. Worldwide service from Federal Express.
Southern California right now is your time to visit Disneyland. Disneyland. There's no place like it in the world, and now is the perfect time of year to come explore the world's best attractions. Disneyland.
So are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Dad was afraid I'd find a starving artist up here.
Oh, Dad was worried.
Okay, I admit, I was a bit worried when my little sister took off on her own.
I'm not so little anymore.
Here, let me get that.
No way, it's mine.
American Express, huh? I'm gonna stop worrying about you.
Making you feel like a million. To become a member, look for this display and take one.
If you're going to wager on the Super Bowl, hold it just a minute.
Yeah.
We got something to tell you about.
You better wait until later in the week to find out if these star players are going to be at full strength. In Miami, two big stories tonight. One is the riots that are going on in the city. The other is the condition of Jerry Rice, the 49ers super wide receiver who hurt his ankle in practice today and is questionable for next Sunday's Super Bowl.
Well, he twisted an ankle in practice. I heard about it after the fact, and we held him out the rest of the day. He went in, had ice as a treatment. We'll keep him out of practice Wednesday and Thursday, most likely. Rest him completely. We feel he'll be okay. We're a little haunted by it because he went through much of the year with an ankle problem, maybe 6 to 8 straight games, and he played well, but not as a great player.
Meanwhile, in pro basketball, the Lakers had another matinee game today, this time against the Houston Rockets. And even though the world champions have trouble on the road, at home, it's still nothing but perfection.
We don't want to lose at home. You know, I think every team owes it to their fans and to themselves to do their best at home.
Akeem Olajuwon got the Rockets off to a fast start as he goes around Kareem for a slam dunk. Now the Lakers behind Magic start a surge of their own as this prayer is answered. Later it's Magic with a great pass to A.C. Green, who has no trouble scoring. Then it's James Worthy on the fast break, and the Showtime Express is in high gear. The Lakers didn't let up in the second half as Byron Scott does his version of Magic with a nifty pass to Kareem. And when Scott hits from three-point range, the Lakers are cruising along now 83-66. And after that, there was no way the Rockets could catch the Lakers as Thompson takes a no-look pass from Magic. Houston didn't get many chances at second shots in the second half as Worthy makes the block, and the Lakers win it 124-113, and their record at home is a perfect 15-0.
What did you guys do to take Olajuwon out of the game? You started off tough, but then you guys shut him down.
Well, we had to get to him quicker. Before, right at the beginning, we wasn't getting to him fast enough, and he was just turning and doing whatever he wanted to do. But then we started doubling real fast and make him have to be a passer. We thought that was going to be the key.
The Lakers may have had their problems on the road, but when they're home, they're tough.
There's no question about that. They're very tough at home. They run their offense very well, play good defense. They're very tough to beat at home.
In other NBA action this evening, Cleveland rolled over Phoenix and Golden State beat Seattle. It was Denver stopping Sacramento. The New York Knicks defeat San Antonio by 10. Charlotte beat the Sixers in overtime, while Detroit handled Boston easily, and Atlanta topped Washington. Meanwhile, in college basketball tonight, number 10 ranked Nevada Las Vegas was tied in the final seconds by Cal State Fullerton's Cedric Cabellos as he canned a three-pointer. But Vegas came right back. With time running out, Greg Anthony hit a three-point prayer of his own from the top of the key, and the Running Rebels defeat Fullerton 66-63. In other college action tonight, the University of Connecticut upset 11th-ranked Syracuse behind Cliff Robinson's 24 points, including that three-pointer. Now, Syracuse Matt Rowe made 4 of 9 three-point attempts, but it just wasn't enough. The Orangemen lost tonight. Final score 68-62. And that's a look at sports for this evening. Paul, Tom?
Certainly was. All right.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you. Coming up next, comedians get together to raise money for AIDS, and Michael Jackson's long-awaited concert finally gets underway at the sports arena.
You've got your own ideas about business. You do things your way. So you don't work for a company, you are the company. You take the risks, you get the rewards. You put in 10, 12, 14 hours a day because sometimes that's what it takes. That's why there's this from American Express, the corporate card for small business, with unique benefits included with membership, like quarterly management reports to help you track expenses, automatic accident disability coverage, car rental damage insurance, even savings on hotels and car leasing. Your invitation may already be in the mail. Or to acquire the corporate card now, call 1-800-SUCCESS. It's a business card you'll be proud to put your name on, and your company's name, because it does things a little differently, a little better, like you. The corporate card from American Express. To your success.
Come drive an 89 Mazda B2200. So rugged, so reliable, they've been ranked #1 in customer satisfaction 3 straight years. Come drive one now, and special factory-to-dealer cash incentives can save you hundreds off the already low sticker price. The new Mazda B2200 pickups. Pick yours out today.
Get a great deal at your Southern California Mazda dealers today.
All aboard!
The International House of Pancakes Passport Breakfast. 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, and 2 very international-style pancakes. Either German, Swedish, French, or good old-fashioned buttermilk. So if you like a big breakfast just a little out of the ordinary, and you're headed for the International House of Pancakes, you're on the right track.
Eggs, bacon, sausage, and 2 special pancakes, only $2.99.
Michael Jackson was back in the Southland tonight with one of his final appearances of his tour. Francesca Capucci reports many of the fans are hoping tonight's rescheduled concert is not one of Jackson's last.
Michael Jackson showed his fans tonight that he was worth the wait. But But before Michael hit the stage, fans were filled with anticipation. We talked to two lucky ones who had front row center seats.
But I'm trying to like hold it, you know, just keep it cool. It's hard. You feel numb, like it's not happening. I know I'm gonna wake up, so you don't want to think about it. You know what I mean? But your stomach hurts. It's like you're gonna get, like when you were in school, you're getting your grades back, and your stomach is going, you know.
And I'm hoping that since he couldn't do the shows the last time, he's gonna be full of a lot of energy.
Michael Jackson really dazzled them tonight, and if the rumors are true that these shows will be his last, then it is fitting that he finished in his hometown. Francesca Capucci, Channel 7 Eyewitness News at the Los Angeles Sports Arena.
Earlier tonight, ABC aired a movie about Ryan White, the little boy who has AIDS, and also at here in Los Angeles and Pasadena at the Ice House tonight, some comics got together to stage a benefit, the proceeds of which will go to children who have AIDS. We would like to give you some phone numbers to help in the fight against AIDS. If you missed them earlier, we can give them out again. Here they are once again. Number for the AIDS Project volunteers is 213-876-8951. The number again, 213-876-8951. The Southern California AIDS hotline number is 1-800-922-AIDS. Again, 1-800-922-AIDS. And the national AIDS hotline number, given at the end of tonight's ABC movie, The Ryan White Story, is 1-800-342-AIDS. Again, 1-800-342-AIDS. Tony?
And Paul, when we come right back, Johnny Mountain's going to be back with us if we can take it. He's going to give us the 5-day forecast. And the offers are already coming in for the soon-to-be out-of-work Ronald Reagan.
The cannonball. The whip. The hurricane. Some call Aerolacine a test track. To us, it's an amusement park. And when a car can handle the rides here, we give it a special name. We call it a Volkswagen. For a limited time, Volkswagen is offering 4.9% APR financing on all Golfs, Jettas, and GTIs. See your dealer for details.
My father was born right in that house in 1922. Mum and he raised 6 of us there, but somehow it never felt crowded. After 8 years in the States, I can hardly explain what it's really like. So I go back every week to make sure I never forget.
Who says you can't go home again? Go ahead. Reach out and touch someone.
The average American will go on 24 diets in a lifetime. The weight comes off, but somehow it creeps back on. And just when you think you found a wonder diet, the weight comes back. Again. Now there's an end to this frustrating cycle. The Jenny Craig Weight Loss Centers. At Jenny Craig, you'll lose weight. And more important, you'll keep it off. We've got the proof. Call Jenny Craig now for what should be your last diet ever.
Today, our control technology helped heat millions of homes, secured thousands of buildings, kept hundreds of planes on course, and nobody noticed. If they had, we wouldn't be doing our job. Honeywell, helping you control your world.
Federal regulations set a standard for the safety of your money. So does Coast Savings. Ours is just 3 times higher.
President Reagan could be in for another career change. On Friday, he's going to be out of a job, but a local film company is hoping he'll take up acting again. The LA production group is making a movie about basketball great Pete Maravich. They're hoping the Gipper will consider returning to the screen to play a role in the movie. Maybe he will. Tony?
A question about the 5-day forecast? We do. Johnny Mountain has it right now.
We got it for you right now. No Ouija board can say it any better. Let's take a look at it right now. Can we do that? Or is it out? It's gone?
I guess we don't
fair
have time.
skies.
Fair skies, okay.